Tensions escalate in Dalton. Jason House drops shocking allegations in explosive interview. In a startling interview with journalist Regina Waller, Jason House, the man who recently defeated Mayor Tiffany Henyard in the Democratic primary, revealed a series of explosive allegations that have sent shockwaves through Dalton, Illinois, and even caught the attention of Chicago. The interview uncovered troubling accusations about Henyard's leadership, touching on corruption, financial mismanagement, and the alleged abuse of power, stirring up a political firestorm in the small suburban village. What began as a minor local political dispute has rapidly escalated into a major controversy, leaving Dalton's future in doubt. House's conversation with Waller exposed a side of Henyard's tenure that many had suspected but few dared to voice. According to House, Henyard's leadership was marked by extravagant spending, including lavish trips and questionable contracts that drained the town's resources. More concerning were the allegations of corruption and a toxic culture of intimidation and control that reportedly permeated her administration, silencing dissent and fostering a climate of fear among those who opposed her. These explosive revelations have stunned many residents, who are now grappling with the image of a mayor whose actions, if true, could leave a long-lasting stain on Dalton. While these claims reflect what some locals had whispered about for months, the full extent of Henyard's alleged mismanagement and corruption is now coming to light. House painted a stark picture of a town where corruption flourished under Henyard's watch, leading to financial instability and increasing public discontent. However, Henyard's supporters have rallied to her defense, claiming that the allegations are exaggerated or misinterpreted and that her leadership has been unfairly portrayed. Despite the growing chorus of voices calling for accountability, many of Henyard's backers believe her tenure represented progress in certain areas. Still, critics, emboldened by House's revelations, are increasingly vocal in demanding change. The outcome of the Democratic primary, which saw House emerge victorious, is being interpreted as a rejection of Henyard's leadership and a call for a new era of transparency and integrity in Dalton's local government. As House now takes the reins, his victory is seen as a mandate for change, but the road ahead is anything but smooth. The political drama surrounding Dalton has only intensified since the revelations, and House's upcoming re-election bid will be shaped by the fallout from his powerful interview. The town is deeply divided, with Henyard's supporters and detractors at odds, threatening to fracture the community even further. The critical question now is whether Dalton can recover from what many are now calling years of mismanagement, or if Henyard's time in office will leave an irreversible mark on the town's future. As tensions rise and the debate over Dalton's future intensifies, one thing is certain: the town is at a crossroads. The interview has forced the community to confront difficult truths about its past, and whether it can move forward remains uncertain. With Dalton's financial instability worsening, the pressure on its leaders to deliver real change has never been higher. The coming months are likely to be filled with political drama, as Dalton's future hangs in the balance. House's interview has ignited a firestorm of questions, and the community is now left to grapple with the ramifications of years of alleged mismanagement. The political chaos that has plagued Dalton for so long may be on the brink of either a much-needed reset or further deterioration. The stakes are high, and Dalton's residents will have to decide whether they will chart a new course or remain mired in the political chaos that has defined its recent history. As House prepares to lead the town, he faces the monumental task of managing a financially strapped village, all while fulfilling his pledges of financial responsibility, transparency, and reform. The big question remains: can House overcome the same challenges that plagued his predecessor, or will the shadow of Henyard's leadership continue to loom over Dalton's political landscape? In an exclusive interview with journalist Regina Waller, House exposed the full extent of the financial turmoil Dalton is facing, revealing shocking details that further deepened the town's political crisis. According to House, millions of taxpayer dollars were spent recklessly, with little accountability, exacerbating an already dire financial situation. He also alleged that a toxic culture of fear and intimidation ran rampant under Henyard's administration, with officials and staff members who questioned decisions facing threats or even termination. Perhaps most alarmingly, House hinted that Henyard could face legal consequences for her actions. While specifics were not provided, House strongly suggested that investigators are looking into Henyard's leadership, fueling further speculation about the potential for legal repercussions in the future. House's allegations don't stop with financial mismanagement. He also spoke about Henyard's iron grip on Dalton's political structure, suggesting that her leadership was more about consolidating power than serving the community's needs. With the town now divided and facing an uncertain future, House is positioning himself as a candidate for change not just in terms of fiscal oversight, but in overhauling Dalton's entire political culture. The fallout from House's explosive interview has created a political storm, leaving Dalton at a crossroads. Henyard's supporters argue that the criticism is politically motivated, while her detractors view House's revelations as undeniable truths that must be addressed. With the town demanding accountability, transparency, and reform, House is now in the unenviable position of trying to dismantle the culture of fear and corruption that allegedly defined Henyard's leadership. As Henyard's administration faces increased scrutiny and potential legal consequences, Dalton's future hangs in the balance. Will House successfully restore trust and stability to the town, or will the political turmoil continue? The coming months will be crucial in determining whether Dalton can move forward or remain mired in the chaos of its past. Dalton's political drama is far from over, and with each passing day, the stakes grow higher. The community watches anxiously as the political narrative unfolds, waiting to see if House can deliver on his promises of reform or if the shadow of Henyard's leadership will continue to dominate the town's future. The battle for Dalton's future, a town at a crossroads. The financial mismanagement, alleged intimidation tactics, and the looming threat of legal action against Mayor Tiffany Henyard have become key issues for Dalton, Illinois. What was once a local political dispute has spiraled into a full-blown crisis, leaving the town's future uncertain. Tensions are mounting, and the calls for accountability and transparency are growing louder, as residents demand answers about the state of their local government. For many in Dalton, the revelations of extravagant spending, questionable contracts, and a culture of fear have shattered their trust in Henyard's leadership. These were not mere rumors but claims supported by concrete evidence, and the dissatisfaction within the community is palpable. Frustrated residents are now calling for immediate audits, thorough investigations into the village's finances, and a re-evaluation of the entire political system. In response, Henyard's team has dismissed the accusations as politically motivated, alleging that Jason House, her challenger in the Democratic primary, exaggerated the situation to rally public support. However, for many, the damage has already been done, and the political landscape in Dalton has been irrevocably altered. Now, with House emerging as the victor in the primary, he holds the mandate for change. But the real work is just beginning. Cleaning up the mess left by Henyard's leadership will not be an easy task, and the town's financial instability presents a monumental challenge. House's promises of fiscal responsibility and transparency must now be put to the test, as he faces the daunting task of restoring faith in Dalton's government while navigating the fallout from Henyard's tenure. Despite mounting pressure to take action, Henyard has continued to defend her administration, insisting that her leadership adhered to the law. She took to social media to portray herself as the target of a smear campaign, accusing political opponents of jealousy and suggesting that outside forces were conspiring to bring her down. However, her defense has failed to convince many residents, who point to the ongoing FBI investigation as proof that the issues surrounding her administration are more than just political theater. The stark contrast between Henyard's administration's lavish spending and the deteriorating public services has left many residents feeling betrayed. While taxpayer money was funneled into expensive trips and questionable contracts, essential services like road maintenance, police protection, and community programs were neglected. This disparity has only fueled the sense of disillusionment, further driving the community's calls for transparency and accountability. As Henyard's term draws to a close, Dalton finds itself at a critical crossroads. Will she be held accountable for her actions, or will her departure be marked by a lack of consequences? House, now tasked with addressing the financial turmoil, must navigate Dalton's complex fiscal challenges while making good on his campaign promises to restore stability. But the road ahead is filled with obstacles, and restoring trust in local government will require more than just words. It will take decisive action. With Henyard still in office until the end of her term, House faces the difficult challenge of governing a town still under the influence of her administration. The possibility of an ongoing FBI investigation into the town's finances adds another layer of uncertainty to Dalton's already turbulent political scene. Will Henyard face legal repercussions for her alleged actions, or will she be allowed to leave office without facing consequences? The outcome of these investigations could shape the town's future in profound ways. The pressure on House is mounting, and he must now prove that he can live up to his promises. Residents who voted for him expect tangible results, not just rhetoric. They want to see real reforms, actionable steps that can address the town's financial mismanagement and restore confidence in local government. House's recent victory in the Democratic primary was a clear sign that the people of Dalton want change. But change is never easy. With Henyard still holding significant influence, there's a real concern that she may attempt to undermine House before her term officially ends, further complicating an already volatile political climate. As Dalton waits for a resolution, residents are left wondering whether the town can finally break free from the chaos of Henyard's rule or if the political drama will continue to tear the community apart. Will the promised reforms come to fruition, or will the same issues persist under new leadership? The stakes could not be higher. As Dalton stands at this crucial juncture, the next few months will determine its future. Will the town embrace the opportunity for reform and transparency, or will it remain stuck in the grip of its past? Only time will tell. This political drama is far from over, and Dalton's residents must remain engaged, informed, and ready to demand the changes they've been waiting for. As the story unfolds, the stakes will continue to rise, and the town's future hangs in the balance. Will House be able to deliver on his promises, or will Dalton be doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past? Stay tuned, as the drama continues to unfold.